Hi students, good morning all of you and welcome back our online class Science 8th standard. Students, today we are going to continue our the fifth chapter, that is the combustion and flame. In previous video already we have discussed about that. What is that fuels? Yes, and types of about that fuels, liquid fuels, solid fuels and gaseous fuels already we have discussed in the previous video. But students, today now we are going to discuss about that characteristics of the good fuels, which we can say that it is a good fuel. Suppose if you say that petrol is a good fuel or not. Cow dung is also a solid fuel. Okay, when in our rural area we are using that water, wood or cow dung cakes. So cow dung is a good fuel or not? If you compare that petrol and cow dung, what is the difference? Okay, so the fuel should contain that this good quality or these things of quality, then we can say it is a good fuel. Okay, so what are the characteristics, or we'll study that for a good fuel. Now good fuels having the what are the characteristics, we'll study and let us see. Characteristics of good fuel: it should be cheap and easily available. Friends, first point, it should be cheap and easily available, then it is a good fuel also we can say. Why? The first characteristic, but only one characteristic means we cannot say, but it should be one point. First point, what is that? It should be cheap. Cheap means easily, means less cost we can buy. Suppose it is a good fuel, but if that cost is more high, then we cannot buy, we cannot use. Okay, so it should be good means cheap, matlab be cheap matlab less cost. Okay, and easily available. It should be whatever our surroundings, it should be available in our surroundings. Otherwise, if you want to go for that buy purposes, that communication, and we won't get proper time, so that is also not a good fuel. First point, it is a good, it should be a cheap and it should be available easily. It should have high calorific value. Already I have told you what is the calorific value of the fuels. Calorific value means one unit of that quantity of that fuels if you burn, that what amount of energy is releasing, what amount of light or energy is giving us. If more quantity we are burning but it is less quantity of energy we are getting, that is not also good fuel. Less quantity with good, more energy if you are getting, that is also a good fuel. So that is called as a calorific value. It should be a high calorific value. It should neither burn too fast nor too slow, but at a constant rate. It will burn very soon, then before preparing that food it will finish. That means more quantity it needs. So it should not be burn very fast, and also it should not be burn very slow. If it is slow, it takes also more time. So it should not be burn very slow, and it should be what, that a moderate combustion should be, and it should be one constant rate it should be burn. So it is also one of the characteristics of good fuel. The fuel or combustion should not produce soot or harmful gases or any other residue. Whenever it is burning, some soots are coming, that some gases, poisonous gases, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide gas, so compulsory it is coming, but should not be some poisonous gas should not come out. And there should not be more residue. Residue means that remain parts after burning, that ash like it, ash or soot like it will come, not should not come out. Okay. The fuel should be safe to handle, store and transport. Whatever that fuels where you will use, or it is a good fuel, that means transportation from one place to another. Now suppose LPG is a good fuel. Why? We can easily transport by the cylinder, and it is available in our locality. So same like it can be transferred from one place to another, or communication should be easily can transport. It is handle and store, and we can keep on a particular place, and we can store also in cylinder also we are storing, and also it can handle easily. Just we will open that lock, or that is a key, that automatically that gas will come out. So this is LPG gas, natural gases. Okay, these are the very good fuel. Okay, characteristics of also these all things are available for that. Okay, friends. Now we have studied that about that. What are the characteristics of a good fuel? These 5 points you should remember, friends. Now, friends, we are going to discuss burning of fuels generate harmful product. Yes, of course. Already I have told. When the combustion will take place, at that time carbon monoxide gas, carbon dioxide gas, and some other poisonous gas also will release. Yes, because of when that actually when it is burning, that means some fuels are unburns are there. That means whenever that petrol, diesel, kerosene or wood is burning, at that time what happening? Some carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, some poisonous gas also it is releasing. So why? It is because of unburnt things, unburnt of the carbons. Okay. So what are that? We will discuss whenever it is produced, whenever it is burning, what are the things are producing? We will see. The gaseous products such as carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide and a particular matter are produced. What are that? Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and also shoot some things are which are poisonous things also releasing when the fuels burnt. On burning of fuels like coal, wood, petroleum, etc., release the unburnt carbon particles in the environment which causes the many diseases. Whenever burning that charcoal, burning that coal, burning of the wood, burning of the petrol, at that time what happening? Here, in that time, at the time, what will happen? That carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide as a smoke like it is coming out. Okay, and these things are mixing with our environment, and while we are taking that respiratory systems, it's making the problems. So many asthma like some problems, and some other disease also our lungs it is affecting, and it is making severe diseases. Okay, because of the unburnt carbons. Incomplete the combustion of the liquid fuels like petrol, kerosene and diesels produce a poisonous gas and soot. Whenever this liquid like petrol and diesels and kerosene we are burning and for the preparation of the our food or bike or our transportation that vans, so that what they are producing, their smokes like that unburnt carbons are releasing as a gas, carbon dioxide gas, that making that pollutant to our environment, which one making severe disease or so many problems to our health. Okay, so these are about the burning of fuels and a harmful of products. Okay, friends. Now we'll discuss about the principle of extinguish fire. This is the burning about, but how can we'll extinguish fire? Do you have idea? Nowadays in our locality, so many fire extinguishers persons are there, officers are there. Okay, if anywhere it will be catch the fire, suddenly that person, fire persons, they will reach there, and so many instruments nowadays developed to stop, to extinguish the fire. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the principle of extinguish of a fire. Okay, friends. So now we are going to discuss about the principle of extinguish fire. How will extinguish that fire? Suppose fire catch, how can we stop it? How can we will extinguish it? Different types of fire is there, catching the fire is there. Suppose electrical is there, short circuit is there. Okay, where cooking time oil with that fire catch. If you know that other wood dry things also catch the fire. So different types of fire catching fire, we have to use different things. Okay, for that already we know, before that we have to get the idea. For catching, for the combustion, 3 things are needed. One is combustible substances, second one is oxygen, third one is ignition temperature. So anyway, any of these 3 we have to take out, we have to disconnect, then only the fire will stop. Yes, these 3 things are needed to the combustion. Which one? One is oxygen, second one is combustible substances, third one is ignition temperature. So any one of these, if you will disconnect, if you will stop, then the fire will stop. Then fire can take that, we can do that of extinguish. Okay, so how we will do, which one way? Suppose one fire catch that some wood or anything or clothes or whatever that. First thing, is it possible to take out that oxygen, or we will put we will remove that substances? Okay, so combustible substances you have to remove, or we will control that our temperature. So which way possible, that we have to do. For that you have to see that different things are there. You observe that a fire is extinguished by how? Removing all the combustible substances from the site of the fire. Where that fire is catching, around it, nearby that things, you have to remove the combustible substances. What are the nearby there? First you have to take out. That means whatever it is burning and suddenly it does not touch to other things, then it will get more. So first of all, you have to remove the combustible substances site of the fire where it is, remove that. Next, cutting off the supply of a supporter of the combustion, that is oxygen. How can we will cut that oxygen? Oxygen, how can, suppose some bodies, some person's body catch the fire. How can we stop that? First of all, you have to, on a blanket, you have to cover it. If you will cover that blanket, what will happen? That means the oxygen cannot reach to that body, to that fire. Okay, so whenever the oxygen will stop, then the fire will stop. Okay, so this is one thing. Second thing, what is, if possible, carbon dioxide, if cylinder is there, extinguisher is there, you can apply there carbon dioxide, because carbon dioxide is, what is that? Heavier than the oxygen. Okay, so when that carbon dioxide, just like on a blanket, like it will cover to that substances, so when oxygen cannot pass reach, just that means it will disconnect to the oxygen and a fire. Bring down the temperature of the burning substances below their ignition temperature. If we'll put that water, that means that water will become, make that it cool. Cool means the temperature, ignition temperature will reduce. Okay, when the ignition temperature will be controlled, then that fire cannot catch. Okay, so this is main three things you have to understand, you have to remember to extinguish a fire. Okay, first things, remove the combustible substances from the site of the fire. Second things, disconnect the oxygen where the fire is there. You should stop that oxygen to supply of the oxygen. Third things, control that our ignition temperature. Okay, you should bring down, reduce the temperature of the substances where which one is burning. Okay, so let us see that how we can control this. For that, various types of fire extinguisher nowadays we are using to put out the fire depending upon the nature of the fire. What are the different types of fire are there to catch the fire? That means sometimes it will catch the oil. If oil tank is there, if you put water, not possible, because oil will float on that. Okay, so fire will catch. So water will stay down only, it is not possible. So next, if it is the electrical equipments, we cannot put the water also, because it is what electrocution will come, so we cannot put water in the electrical appliance. Okay, short circuit, or if it is there, you cannot put the water. It is better things we can apply the only carbon dioxide or cylinder, which one we are nowadays we are using as a fire extinguisher. Friends, for that nature, water as a fire extinguisher, very important things. Water can apply, but you should not apply for the oil cases, or we cannot apply in the, if it is short circuit by the electrical appliance. We cannot put the water as a, or you cannot use water as a fire extinguisher. Carbon dioxide as a fire extinguisher, yes, it is a good things to put off the fire or to disconnect that oxygen. For very important is the carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide, if you apply on that, what will happen? It will cover that substances and it will disconnect it to the oxygen, because if you compare that carbon dioxide, then it will be stay. It is heavier, oxygen is heavier than that, so it will be cover that substances. So carbon dioxide will stay like a blanket. So carbon dioxide is a heavier than the oxygen, so it will stay that down. So what will happen? Will get that water disconnected of the oxygen. So now here on fire extinguisher nowadays whatever is available that friends here is there in your textbook also there you can see. It is one cylinder type like that, one long cylinder like that contains that liquid carbon dioxide with high pressure, and here one control valve is there where if you will press the safety pin then automatically the valve will open and through this pipe it will be discharged over that water carbon dioxide, and where is that fire if you will move that gas it will be stay there. Okay, thank you all of you. You should write down this and complete that and make it the diagram for your homework, and you should draw in your classwork. Okay, thank you all of you. It has completed your 5th chapter and we will discuss about that exercise part in the next video. Thank you.